NASA shut down the live feed after something massive showed up at the ISS. It was a typical day of live streaming from the ISS for the crew, but then something unexpected happened. The camera picked up a bright object descending towards Earth. But before we can see the object do anything, the feed cuts off and shows a technical error. What was this object? And why did the live stream stop at such a convenient time? Join us as we explore theories and explanations surrounding this curious piece of footage, as well as other scientific discoveries that point towards the existence of alien civilizations. The ISS UFO incident. After a YouTube user posted the video of the ISS stream, various theories started circulating. Some theories proposed that NASA might be concealing something. Although the person who uploaded the video mentions that the object might not be alien, they do find it strange that the feed stops. The uploader explains that this might just be a meteor or something similar. But what caught the attention was the feed getting cut off right when the UFO appeared to stop. The video has been shared multiple times with an emphasis on the idea that NASA intentionally shut down the feed and has undisclosed information. So what exactly could NASA be hiding? Is there potential evidence of a UFO descending to Earth that NASA isn't revealing? NASA is expanding its observations throughout the solar system, whether it's on Mars, in orbit above us, or around Jupiter. With so many viewpoints, it's only natural that they might come across unusual phenomena. This observation is thanks to NASA's High Definition of Earth Viewing, or HD-EV experiment on the International Space Station. NASA has been broadcasting live views of Earth from space through 4 high-definition video cameras attached to the exterior of the ISS. The HD-EV experiment aimed to assess how cameras function in the space environment. The HD-EV cameras were delivered to the ISS as part of a payload on the SpaceX CRS-3 mission launched on April 18, 2014. This marked the first major unpressurized NASA experiment designated for delivery to the ISS by SpaceX. The cameras streamed live video of Earth for online viewing and on NASA TV under the program Earth Views. Even though they have high definition in the name, the pixel count of the footage that shows the UFO leaves much to be desired. Some saw this footage as evidence of alien visitation. Others thought it was a technical malfunction, while some reasoned it may have been an unknown scientific phenomenon. We have yet to uncover it. While the reasoning may have differed, it had to be acknowledged that the feed being cut off at this exact moment was a little suspicious. Were they trying to cover up the existence of UFOs? This isn't the first time the ISS has allegedly spotted UFOs. In 2005, astronaut Leroy Chiao reported seeing lights during a spacewalk outside the ISS. He described the lights as being in a formation resembling an upside-down check mark or in a line. The incident gained attention as a potential UFO sighting, but Chiao later clarified that the lights were likely from fishing boats far below in the ocean. In August 2013, astronaut Christopher Cassidy observed what appeared to be a UFO passing by the ISS near the Progress 52 cargo ship. Russian flight controllers identified the object as an antenna cover from the Zvezda service module. In August 2020, cosmonaut Ivan Wagner posted a video on Twitter showing UFOs in a time-lapse recording of the Aurora Australis. 5 objects were seen flying alongside the Aurora with consistent spacing. Wagner asked for opinions on whether they were meteors, satellites, or something else. While NASA did not publicly comment on Wagner's video, Russia's space agency, Roscosmos, retweeted the post, describing it as an interesting and at the same time mysterious video from the ISS. With so many incidents involving esteemed astronauts, you may start thinking the ISS is a scary place to be, and it definitely is, but maybe not because of UFOs. NASA provided an explanation of this alleged UFO sighting captured by their HD-EV cameras. They gave a rather boring explanation for the interruption of the live feed. Turns out it's not very easy to provide live video footage from a space station that's orbiting roughly 250 miles above the Earth. There are multiple commercial HD video cameras involved in the HD-EV experiment. These cameras are inside a pressurized and temperature-controlled housing. This was to shield the electronics from space conditions on the ISS. These cameras are programmed to cycle through different views of Earth automatically. However, the ISS periodically moves out of range of the tracking and data relay satellites, that transmit video, voice, and data from the station. When the signal is lost, the camera displays a blue screen to indicate the lack of signal. In essence, there isn't an operator actively monitoring the HD-EV feed to cut it when UFOs appear in the frame. The interruptions in the feed occur due to technical reasons such as the station's movement out of satellite range. These interruptions are not unusual and can be observed frequently when watching NASA's feed through various platforms such as Ustream or YouTube, assuming you can spend the hours waiting for it to happen. Despite NASA's explanation, many individuals on social media remain skeptical. Some find the timing of the feed interruption with the appearance of an unusual object in the frame to be suspicious. Others express curiosity about the possibility of hidden knowledge regarding extraterrestrial beings. Regardless of different opinions, the main question still remains unanswered. What exactly was that unidentified object in the video frame? A NASA spokesperson explained what the object seen in the video could be. They said that it's quite common for things in space to appear as anomalies in photos and videos taken from the space station. These things could be the moon, space debris, reflections from the space station's windows, the station's structure itself, or Earth's lights. The object in question was likely a small item relatively close to the camera, moving at a slow pace compared to the space station. Even a tiny droplet of water can appear significant and bright from a short distance away. The idea that NASA would conceal evidence of extraterrestrial contact is seen as unreasonable by many, as such an event could potentially increase NASA's funding. Some viewers on YouTube's comments section speculated that the object might just be space debris. Despite NASA's explanations, not everyone is convinced. Some argue that the US government's historical record of cover-ups make it plausible to believe in the potential for another cover-up. The HD-EV live video experiment was active from 2014 to October 2019 and is now discontinued. The experiment exceeded its initial lifespan of 1 to 3 years and operated non-stop for 5 years. With the end of its operational life, the HD-EV payload now continuously replays pre-recorded views on publicly available platforms. But let's take a look further deep into space rather than just our relatively close thermosphere. Constellation missing stars. Scientists are saying some interesting things regarding our night sky. Celestial events occur on a cosmic timeline. If you want anything significant to happen in space, like a star going supernova, you'll have to wait millions of years for it to happen, much longer than the tiny lifespan of the average human being. But astronomers are observing significant changes in our night sky in the span of just 60 years. They're saying that stars are going missing, and to add more excitement to it, they're saying it could be a hint towards alien civilizations existing far, far away. It all started on March 16, 1950, when astronomers in the US Naval Observatory took photos of the night sky in the direction of the constellation Lupus the Wolf, another photo added to the vast collection of mankind's star portfolio. But when astronomers took a photo of the same patch of sky in 2016, they found that one of the stars had gone missing. After comparing the new photos with the old ones, they confirmed that the star had indeed gone missing. And this only confused scientists, because technology has improved in these past 60 years. The digital sky observatories used today are more advanced and sensitive, meaning there was no way they could have simply missed the star. It made no sense. The research team initially published a paper on their discovery of the missing star, though they admitted the findings were surrounded by uncertainty. The team aimed to conduct further investigation and delve into old observations from the US Naval Observatory to identify other celestial objects that may have vanished over time. Over the course of the next 3 years, the Vanishing and Appearing Sources During a Century of Observations, or VASCO project, continued its efforts. The fate of the star from 1950 remained unclear, but during their investigation they found something very concerning. The VASCO team reported that there wasn't just one missing star, there were hundreds. They identified around 100 additional stars that have disappeared by comparing older and newer observations. Even though they haven't found any evidence of extraterrestrial beings, the researchers suggest that regions of space where multiple stars seem to have vanished could potentially be prime areas to search for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence, also known as ETI. The team thought that these stars could have vanished or been covered up, either by natural phenomena or an alien civilization. A study published in the Astronomical Journal, led by Beatrice Villarol, looked at the potential of stars vanishing without falling straight into black holes. According to the study, there is presently no known physical process that may cause a star to suddenly disappear. The discovery has far-reaching consequences not only for classical astrophysics, but also for the hunt for technologically sophisticated civilizations beyond Earth. This research could be useful in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI. The team believes that their data can help identify hotspots of space where strange activities like stars disappearing can happen. These hotspots can provide insights in pinpointing the most likely locations for the existence of advanced alien civilizations. But how is the disappearance of stars related to aliens? It has to do with the hypothetical megastructure known as a Dyson sphere. The concept revolves around the idea that an exceptionally advanced alien society could create a Dyson sphere. Conceptualized by Freeman Dyson in his 1960 science paper, a Dyson sphere is a massive structure surrounding a star that harnesses its energy, effectively transforming the star into a colossal energy source. This hypothetical scenario offers an explanation for the abrupt vanishing of a star. As civilization progress, some may attain the capability for stellar engineering, modifying stars in ways that defy conventional understanding. Constructing a Dyson sphere is one such example. Science fiction author Arthur C. Clarke's Third Law suggests that advanced technology might resemble magic. If no natural reason could account for a star's disappearance, the influence of intelligent extraterrestrial beings could appear more plausible than supernatural causes. In the context of SETI, there exist different perspectives. Possibilities include constructs like Dyson spheres, intermittent beacons, or ones that point towards and away from us, or even methods to eliminate obstructive stars from an advanced civilization's viewpoint. The red transient occurrences identified by the team could potentially be artificially induced. While natural explanations remain the primary focus, alternative explanations such as laser beams causing red transients might be considered. Currently, the approximately 100 darkened stars observed don't seem to be connected to extraterrestrial life. These occurrences likely stem from extreme astrophysical sources, even though they might be natural. Alien megastructures like those speculated to explain unusual behaviors in other stars, such as Boyajian's star, are discussed, but most scientists lean towards other natural explanations. According to Villarroel, the lead of the study, discovering a star that genuinely disappears or suddenly appears would be an invaluable find, likely leading to the exploration of new dimensions of astrophysics beyond our current knowledge. The rarity of stars seemingly vanishing has piqued interest because there are no known natural mechanisms for such occurrences, aside from the theoretical notion of a failed supernova. A failed supernova occurs when a colossal star's core collapses into a black hole, consuming the star from within. This process halts the typical supernova explosion, which utilizes the power of nuclear fusion. The end result of a failed supernova is a black hole with no visible remains. However, Villarroel acknowledges the limited likelihood of this explanation. She calculates that such events would only happen around once every 3 centuries in our galaxy, making it improbable that the Vasco project would coincidentally encounter one. Currently, it's challenging to envision alternative natural processes that could cause stars to disappear. Without a candidate star with discernible features, speculating on any potential new physics involved in such events remains premature. To further investigate vanished stars, the researchers aim to engage citizen scientists and utilize artificial intelligence for image analysis. And while we're trying to learn more about the faraway stars in the sky, the one closest to us is acting a little strange. A giant solar eruption. The Solar Orbiter spacecraft, a collaboration between the European Space Agency and NASA, captured an incredible solar event. It pictured the largest ever seen solar prominence eruption in a single photograph that encompassed the whole solar disk. Complex structures of intertwined magnetic field lines, called solar prominences, suspended intense concentrations of solar plasma above the surface of the Sun. These structures can last for weeks to months and frequently take the form of looping arches. These prominences are related to coronal mass ejections, which can dramatically impair technology and daily life if they are directed towards Earth. This event occurred on February 15, 2022, and it extended millions of miles into space. Lucky for us, this ejection was not pointed towards Earth. In fact, it was going in the opposite direction, away from us. At the time, the spacecraft was approaching the Sun, and it found no signs of the solar eruption to be facing towards it, allowing scientists to figure out that the eruption happened on the other side of the Sun. The Solar Orbiter is a very capable spacecraft, It took these images using its Full Sun Imager, or FSI. The FSI is part of the Extreme Ultraviolet Imager on the Solar Orbiter. It's designed to capture photos of the full solar disk even when it's up close to the Sun. The details the orbiter captured were stunning. The FSI was able to capture these details at about 2.1 million miles away from the Sun, which is about 5 times the Sun's radius. Additional space telescopes like the SOHO satellite regularly observe solar activity similar to this. However, they either observe such events closer to the Sun or from a greater distance, using an occulter to block the Sun's brightness, allowing detailed images of the corona. This is the largest solar prominence ever captured in a single field of view. This offers new opportunities to understand how these events relate to the solar disk for the first time. Meanwhile, SOHO provides supplementary views from even greater distances. Other space missions, including NASA's Parker Solar Probe, were also monitoring the event. Even spacecraft not primarily focused on solar science, like the Bepi-Colombo mission near Mercury's orbit, detected a significant rise in readings for electrons, protons, and heavy ions through its radiation monitor due to the event's effects. While we're lucky that this event did not send a blast directly to Earth, we've not been so lucky in the past. Another case of dangerous solar activity occurred on October 28, 2021, where a coronal mass ejection from the Sun reached the Earth, Moon, and Mars. This was the first time such a significant solar event was detected on the surfaces of 3 planets. A large number of spacecraft detected this ejection, such as NASA's Curiosity rover all the way on the surface of Mars to China's moon lander. This allowed humanity to gather measurements on the same incident simultaneously from different worlds. Outbursts like these pose a massive threat to life. While Earth has a magnetic sphere that protects its inhabitants from these dangerous particles, other celestial bodies are not so lucky. The Moon and Mars have no magnetic fields of their own, and if you're caught out in space, it'll be even worse. The radiation measured near the Moon by NASA's lunar orbiter was 31 milligray. A radiation dose above 700 milligrays will cause radiation sickness, resulting in infection and internal bleeding. A dose of 10 grays will guarantee death in less than 2 weeks. As such, it's important for us to consider the unpredictable nature of the Sun and perhaps try to understand and monitor it better. And that is the goal of ESA's Vigil spacecraft. ESA's upcoming dedicated space weather mission, Vigil, will offer exclusive perspectives on occurrences like these, enhancing our ability to safeguard our planet from the Sun's intense eruptions. Vigil will be a pioneering endeavor. Positioned to monitor the Sun's side, the spacecraft will continually transmit near real-time data about potentially dangerous solar events before they become visible from Earth's viewpoint. This mission will provide us with early alerts about approaching solar storms, providing more time to safeguard spacecraft in space, ground infrastructure, and both current and future explorations. These entities are susceptible to the Sun's aggressive bursts due to their lack of protection from Earth's magnetic field. Previously known as the Lag Range Mission, ESA's Vigil derives its name from the Latin words Vigilus Acceptus, signifying sentry, and Vigilia, representing attentiveness and the act of maintaining a vigilant watch. It's planned to launch sometime in the mid-2022s, and the closest it'll get to the Sun will be 93 million miles. Tell us about your thoughts on these events and be sure to like and subscribe for more in the future.